Hello guys! So I am so sorry I haven't made a video in a while, but this is actually my only day off of work, so I'm sorry, I'm trying, I'm doing my best for you guys. I still love you. A few things have changed since we last saw each other. I am now 18, which is crazy. Oh my gosh. So I need to jump right into this because my camera is going to die any minute. So I wanted to talk about one of my favorite subjects today, which is going to be tattoos and piercings, because I just recently got my first tattoo and I have quite a few piercings. So I thought I would just tell you about the basics and what you need to know when you get a body modification. Here's a little disclaimer. I am not a professional piercer. I am not a tattoo artist. I'm just telling you my personal experiences, what I recommend. So let's get into this. Let's start out with piercings because that is a little more basic. Now, I got all of my piercings done before I turned 18. So let's talk about how you can get your parents to say yes to piercings. Every single one of my piercings, except for my nose piercing, I actually got done on my birthday. So that was a little bit of a way to compromise with my parents. It was sort of like a little birthday present. Now, my mom said yes to all my ear piercings. My dad just pretty much goes with whatever my mom says. So that is how I got my parents to say yes to all these pretty little things. Now, my nose piercing was actually really difficult. It took my dad months to finally say yes. But how I sneaked my way past that one is I was actually planning on going to Cambodia in the summer, but my dad said no. So it's kind of like a compromise, like, hey, you're not letting me go to this trip that I really wanted to go on. I'm getting a hole in my nose, or another hole in my nose. So that is sort of how I got my parents to say yes to those. I did pay for all my piercings myself, so that definitely helped a little bit. Now, let's get into the actual piercings themselves. I have 9 piercings on my ear, 4 on each side, and I used to have my cartilage pierced. I took out 3 piercings, my cartilage, and both of my 4th piercings, and that is because, for some unknown reason, my body just completely rejects every piercing that I get. A bunch of them I was able to heal, but my 4th and my cartilage were just at the point of no return, so I was forced to take them out. Pain-wise, piercings do not hurt, really. If you've ever done any sewing, it's sort of just like pricking yourself with a needle, except for that imagine it going a little bit deeper because obviously it's going all the way through your ear. When you're healing your ears, it really depends on where you go, the advice that they will give you. I went to Claire's for all of my ear piercings, which I will say right now I do not recommend. If I ever get my ears pierced again, I will never do a gun. Always, always, always go to a piercer shop and get them done. Now, there's a possibility that that will make your parents a little more leery because they don't want to take their little daughter to a piercing shop, but in my opinion, I think that that is so much better and more sanitary. At Claire's, they just give you the ear solution, which you put on several times a day. At a piercing shop, I'm pretty sure they would probably recommend you doing the salt and water. My ear piercings ranged in prices. I got just the basic studs for my 2nd piercings, and those were about $20, but those did get really infected. Again, all of them did. So I thought for all my next ones I would get the really expensive ones, which were about $50, because maybe they would heal better, but they didn't. And to be honest, I wasted a lot of money on my piercings because of them rejecting, and it was kind of a bummer because that was over $100 once I took all of them out. But what can you do with life? Nothing. Now, I got my nose piercing done back in December, I think the 7th or the 8th. So I've had it for almost 4 months now, and I got it done at a piercing shop that strictly just did piercings. And they took me into my own private room. As you can tell, got a hoop. I don't like studs. It's not me. I mean, I think studs are cute on some people. That's just not my personal style. I got the smallest size hoop that there was, and I think altogether my piercing costed about $45. And they took a really thick, long needle. It was about that long. And they take another tube to catch the needle in so it doesn't pierce any of your skin or poke you, and they push it through and it slides down into the holding device thing. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. So for a few seconds you're sitting there with like this needle just stuck out of your nose. It like goes up to your eye, it goes past your lips, and it's kind of awkward and uncomfortable. Obviously put the hoop in, closed it up, and I was good to go. Now, I personally don't think that my nose piercing hurt. Obviously, I've had a lot of ear piercings before that, and I'm also extremely good with pain. So in my opinion, I was fine. But I have heard of people who thought it was really painful. That what the lady told me to do, and what I've heard a lot of people do, is you do salt water, like soaks and rinses on your nose So you take distilled water, you put some salt in it. I'm not sure the exact amount, you can probably find it online, but you put salt in it and you heat it up and you kind of like soak your nose in it. I used a bowl and I just like stuck my entire face in it and I soaked it, and you're supposed to do that several times a day. Now I did that for a while and my nose was still really infected even though I did everything that the lady told me to do. And I tried to find a few things to heal it because once again I spent a lot of money on this piercing and I did not want to take it out. Now I got a bubble on my nose, which I've heard is pretty common about it. And I saw this one thing where you're supposed to take a hot needle, pop the bubble, and then take like this salt paste, put it on, put a band-aid over your nose, and in a few days it would heal. Now that actually did work for me, but the problem is as soon as I stopped doing the band-aid, it just got infected all over again. So I don't know if I've mentioned this in any previous videos, but my family is very natural. We don't believe in doctors. We don't believe in medicine really. So I went to my mom and I asked her if she knew of any oils or anything like that that could help it, and she went down to my grandma's and she got me some tea tree oil. Now that stuff actually did work, and what I would do is in the morning and in the night I would just take a Q-tip, I would rub tea tree oil on the top, flip to the other side, put more tea tree oil on it, and then rub it inside my nose on the bottom. And that healed up my nose completely. So if you're having problems with your nose piercing, that's something that I definitely recommend, is to get some tea tree oil, because that is what worked for me. So now we are swiftly moving on to my tattoo. I got it done on my 18th birthday. I will insert a little clip of it here. It says, "The world will try to tell you that might is more than right, and beauty's on the outside, and being good's a losing fight." Those are actually lyrics to a song called "Hold On to Jesus" by Aaron O'Donnell. And the reason why I got it is because it is mine and my mom's song. A lot of people that are dating have their one song that like reminds them of each other, blah blah blah. But what my mom did is she gave me and my sister each our own song that is, you know, our special song. Obviously this song has a very special place in my heart, and me and my mom actually got matching tattoos. She got a different verse to the song, and I am very happy with how it turned out. Now, pain level. Really annoying me because a lot of people have been asking, "So Destiny, did your tattoo hurt?" Try not to be rude, but I'm kind of just like, are you a freaking idiot? You're getting a needle stuck into your back thousands of times. It did not feel good. I'm going to be honest with you. It was not a comfortable feeling. It wasn't fantastic, but it was bearable. It kind of reminded me of getting your eyebrows waxed just for about half an hour straight, because that is how long it took me to get this done. My tattoo costed $125. I don't know how a lot of tattoo places do their pricing. That is just how mine did it. Now, after you get your tattoo done, it does feel like a burn, because like I said, I got it done on my birthday, so I went shopping for a few hours after I had it done, and it did honestly feel like somebody had taken a hot iron and stuck it on my back. So it was not a comfortable feeling. It felt like I literally had been burned. But I mean, that's the price you pay for this beautiful thing on my back here. I don't know if all of you know this, but your tattoo will scab up after a few days of getting it done. Now, clearly mine is right where my bra strap would go, so I have been wearing a strapless bra for the past week just because I didn't want to risk scratching all the scabs off, because that is not good. You do not want to do that. Also, you're going to need to keep it clean with like scentless soap. You don't want it to have anything too harsh in it. You're going to need to keep it like fresh and moisturized, so I've been using Aquaphor on it a few times a day. Just a thin layer though, you don't want too much. So I think I pretty much covered everything that I wanted to talk about in my videos. I absolutely love the piercings that I have currently, and I love my tattoo to death. I actually already have my next tattoo appointment for April 16th. I can't wait to show you. I'm not going to tell you what it's going to be, but I will definitely do a video on it if you want. If you don't like tattoos and if you don't like piercings, that is 100% fine. I understand. I've already gotten a lot of grief from some of my family members about my body modification choices. But the thing is it's my body, and I think tattoos are beautiful, and I love them, and I want to cover my entire body in them. But if you don't like that, that's fine. This is my life, and I'm going to do whatever I want with it. So I appreciate your comments or your concern about it, but feel free to not. That's everything that I wanted to say. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, weekend, week, whatever time it is. I hope it's wonderful. And I will see you guys in a few days.